Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Luke Kidgell Hour. Hey, how you going? I'm your host, Luke Kidgell. Just imagine if I wasn't Luke Kidgell. Who's that? Why is it called the... You know?
Somewhere unseen. It got a little longer, so it seems.
Hope you're all doing well. Hope you've had a good week. Hey, great to be back. It's good. Good to be back. The camera's not straight, but that's okay. It's okay, Reese. We're all learning, aren't we? Sorry about my work experience, kid Reese, who I employ full time.
No worries.
Who doesn't respond well to criticism. Today we have 1 hour of content planned, but just in case we don't, what is our safety net this week, Reese?
Was it the hippo eating the
We have
watermelon?
hippo eating a watermelon video ready to slot in at any second, but first we must start the hour. This one was sent in by two people. Was it Tom and Nick?
Tom and Nick, yes.
Tom and Nick. Okay, both sent in. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no, I've lost my sounds. God, I just want to start the hour. The hour hasn't even started. Oh, can we include this in the time, please? Music, sounds. Oh my God, sounds. All right. That was smooth. This one, are you ready? Do you have the buzzer?
Yeah.
Okay, great. This one was sent in by Tom and Nick to start the hour. Pingu. Very nostalgic sound for people my age. I feel like maybe if there was some young people listening, you wouldn't understand what Pingu is. You wouldn't have seen Pingu get domestically assaulted by his father in an igloo on TV. There was an episode that aired where he just flipped onto his belly and he was being a naughty Pingu and he slapped the shit out of his butt. This is a real thing that aired on ABC Kids. They couldn't air that, man. PC gone mad. What, they don't air penguin assault anymore? Bullshit. You know? They actually should have never aired that in a kid's show. Yeah. That would have been like if B1 one day just beat the shit out of B2.
Yeah.
Just like, you're being a naughty banana. Like,
Chucks him down the stairs.
yeah, just fucking puts him in a blender and makes him into a milkshake. So yeah, guys, welcome back. Hope you're well. It's the final week of the comedy festival, and holy dooly, I'm very excited to announce that all my shows are sold out in Melbourne. Do you know how cool that is? It's been my dream since I was a wee boy, since I was about 18 and decided to do comedy. And it's very cool, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the love, and all the crowds have been so lovely. And man, it's been so much fun doing shows every night. It's everything I wanted to do last year. It was, it's one of those things where you're like, it's so exhausting while you're in it, but then you take a step back once in a while and you're like, this is the coolest shit ever, that people want to come. That people want to come. It's just cool, man, that people have a sexual drive like that. Yeah, you horny motherfuckers. That was a pretty bad attempt at comedy. You miss the shots you don't take, and that was a flat-out airball, ladies and gentlemen, but that's okay. So, thanks for coming to my shows. No one's come at my shows, which is great. Or, I don't know, maybe they have. I don't know, maybe there was a few chairs that we had to mop up afterwards.
Yeah.
I did kill. Now, my problem is the fire that I start would have dried up all the gum anyway. Because I've been on fire, ladies and gentlemen. I was wanted for killing last year. Still am, by the way. That warrant is still out. I will never tell you where I do this podcast from. All right? But, especially if the cops are asking. But, yeah, man, now I'm wanted for arson. It's bad. Because I'm on fire, man. And as I said last week, my audience, clearly very flammable. They're on fire too as a crowd. Then the foundations of the building just get lit up. And, yeah, constant rebuilding that place. But I bring so much good energy and currency to that bar that they rebuild every day. So, because you guys are alcoholics and drink on a Tuesday, which I appreciate, because bars and venues always love that. So thank you very much for being degenerates. Because Lewis's venue complained.
really?
He's like, man, like your audience doesn't drink. Like his venue essentially came up to him and were like, can you stop pandering to nerds? Because they don't give us business at all.
Yeah.
And then Lewis was like, oh, yeah, so it'd be great if you guys went to the bar and supported the venue. And like 3 people got up to buy a Sprite. My venue, I'm like, is anyone drinking on a Wednesday? And half the crowd's like, just like dribbling on themselves. Just like VCAL kids like, I didn't even know it was a Wednesday. So it's sick, man. It's always so much fun. Like I always get, maybe it's in my own head, I like do a show on a Monday. I'm like, oh, this might be weird doing comedy on a Monday. And then you get on stage and everyone's like just forgets that they have responsibilities tomorrow and they're just like, fuck
Yeah, it went off last night for a Monday.
It was great, man. Last night, thank God it went off. I had 4 hours sleep the night before. I was lying on the stage for 20 minutes before the crowd got let in.
You did sound check. You're lying on the stage just yelling into the microphone.
Yeah. One of my proudest moments. Like, we need to do sound check, and I was like lying on the stage, I was like, Meg, pass me the microphone, and I was like lying on the ground, like, doing the sound test. I'm having a breakdown. Woo! And then the security guard came in, and I think he just thought I was like overdosing on the ground. I was like, he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I just OD'd on life. Yeah. I've just been living the last 3 weeks, and my liver's been living as well. So, no, I haven't been drinking too much like during the festival because that's like a really bad habit to get into when you're doing shows every night. But because I do have friends come a lot of the time, so like often I'll just grab 1 or 2 drinks with them, like maybe 2 or 3 nights a week after a show. And man, $6 Captain Morgan's at the bar we're at. Dude, they're not going to drink themselves, right? You're pretty much making money. I would say definitely making money. That's an investment. Then I'm not trying to spruik the venue here, but it's just such a good deal. I want to talk about it. This is not paid advertising at all. But get down to Kicks in Melbourne, dude. They do $8.90 Palmers after 9 p.m. Oh, half Palmers. But they say half, and it's like, it's still like, you know those pubs where you pay $25 and the Palmer's small as fuck?
Yeah.
And you go, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's that for $8.90.
Yeah. $8 pints as well.
Yeah, $8 pints of like this beer. Like, man, Reese keep going in there, spending money, then coming out on top. We're just like, you know, profiting. So, yeah, it's an investment. If you're into investing, come down to my show and get on it. Oh, fuck me. I just got my funny bone on the chair. It's like the 3rd time that's happened in podcast history. This chair is renowned for destroying my elbows mid-episode. So, yeah, guys, it's good fun. We've been seeing a few shows. Go see my friend Joseph Green. He's so funny, man. He's done like a pretty small venue, and he's like, you may not know who he is, but I would always recommend when an Adelaide Fringe or a Perth Fringe or wherever you are, if you're in overseas or whatever, if a comedy festival ever comes to town, go see a couple of acts you know, and always go see just someone you've never heard of, because either way you'll get a great story out of it. You know what I mean? Like, it'll either be horrific and they'll get naked. That's happened to Lewis before. Like, he just went to see the show with his girlfriend, and he's like, oh, then she just got naked by the end of the show, and that's the arts, I guess. You know, that's an arts festival. And sometimes you go see a show and it's incredible. So, yeah, either way, I would recommend just going to see it. Yeah, Joseph Green, he's so funny. There's a week left of the festival, so if you want to go see a show, I would recommend him. Funniest ending of a show I've ever seen. So, yeah, it's been a good week. Every ticket is sold. Oh, yeah, so we might be adding a new show because you guys are legends, and I've sold more tickets than I've ever sold in Melbourne, so that is extremely cool. That's by heaps as well. So I don't know what's happening. It might be TikTok. It might just be, you know, I appreciate everyone who brings their friends, word of mouth. It's so cool. So yeah, the shows are still on sale. 2 weeks away, Adelaide. And we added 45 tickets more to every show. So I think there's still 100 tickets for all 3 shows across them still available. So Adelaide, come on down. I would love to see you there. It'd be great to sell those out. And Albury and Wagga after that. And then Geelong. We're hoping to add more seats in Geelong because of the venue capacity. But the venue is literally at a high school, I found out. So we're trying to contact them. And then I was like, why aren't they replying? And then I realized it's school holidays. So I don't know if I'll be able to get a reply until about a week before. So yeah, get on. There's only like 8 tickets left to Geelong, but hopefully we'll add more. Anyway, so Larice,
Yes.
we haven't done this in a while, and I didn't think I'd ever do it again. And this sound effect has been sitting here for a while, but the time has come. Personal chicken vendettas. Or fuck off, you farm penguin. What are you gonna do? Bite me foot? Can't fly. Egg. Farm penguin.
Yep.
Great. So I feel like that's not how a farm penguin would sound. It'd sound like, and it'd just be more like a little more bogan, a little more ranchy, a ranch penguin. So yeah, personal chicken vendettas. Now, for those who are new, maybe confused at that opener. Like, I don't remember this segment ever. It was a segment we did once, quite a well-received segment, but as you can guess by the title, personal chicken vendettas, pretty niche. Not often do they come up. Not often in life does a chicken ever personally attack you. But I feel personally attacked during the week. Now, you're probably thinking, Luke, how? You've been in the CBD every night. How on earth have you encountered a chicken that has personally violated you? Well, great question. Before we get into it, though, we received an email update from the last personal chicken vendetta, from the original person who had the chicken vendetta. Her name's Caitlin. She goes, "Dearest Luke," and then in brackets, "or just hi." So she went with both, but that's all right. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm Caitlin. The one with the original personal chicken vendetta. I feel a bit rude because I never thanked you for turning my little spiel on how I don't like chickens into a segment. Your song you made was a masterpiece. Thank you. I'm aware. I'm a talent. I look back on it and I actually can't remember one single chicken that started at all because I think I implied at the time, which chicken hurt you? Because she was so scared of chickens, Caitlin, that she couldn't deal with them. She reckoned she had a phobia of chickens, and I was... and then she said, most of my encounters with them, they all just annoyed me because they were always just chasing and pecking me for some weird reason. It's not you. It's not, you shouldn't feel personally attacked when... It's like feeling personally attacked when a dog barks at you. This is what they do. You know, like you just go, barking dog, cool. You know, not like, they don't like me. You know, a chicken will just chase you and peck. That's all they know, you know? So... Now I'm a runner, so it isn't that I don't like exercise, but when it's this weird bird chasing me, I don't particularly enjoy it. By the way, every time she's written chasing, she's actually written the word casing. So I assume she means chasing, but if she's being cased by a chicken, like shoved in a box and then it locked up, I understand the phobia. But yeah, so thanks for that update, Caitlin. So the update was essentially great opener, and I have no idea why chickens scare me. But I have a personal chicken vendetta of my own, and send in your own if you've ever had a personal chicken vendetta. I had one during the week. So I'm in the CBD. Now, not known for its high chicken population, the city of Melbourne, but I went out for Chinese after the show, Chinese food, and I'm a basic boy, so I decided to order some rice and a side of lemon chicken. Now, when you order lemon chicken at any restaurant, you expect it to be cooked. Yep. Yes? Yep. It's a reasonable expectation. You know, I didn't say, raw lemon chicken. But this restaurant, it was, late night Chinese, you're always running the risk. It's... and you know that going in. You know that you pretty much sign your waiver. The agreement is you don't have to sign a waiver. If you've heard the ding of the bell open when you walk in, that's the agreement. It's from this point onwards, you are eating at your own risk, particularly if it's 1 a.m. One of those places where the crayfish are just alive in the tank next to you and they look sad. Like, if you ever want to see a depressed crayfish, go into any Chinese restaurant and it makes you feel miserable. It's a little too raw. That like when you look the crayfish in the eye, you're like, I get vegans. I understand it. Because like it's essentially, it's pretty fucked up. And it's like I wouldn't ever eat a steak in the abattoir.
No.
No. Like, it was just why the drill's going into the cow's brain. Like, oh, fuck, I'm starving. Yummy. No way. That's fucked up, right? The only reason why us non-vegans will eat meat is because you just ignore that part. Like we do with a lot of problems in our world, you know? So, anyway, that got miserable. Sorry, everyone. Just bummed out the mood there. You know what? Let's spice up the mood again. Sorry, I've just we've forgotten why we're even talking about it. Okay. Personal chicken vendettas. Or fuck off, you farm penguin. What are you going to do? Bite me foot? Can't fly. Egg. Great. All right, we're back. We've reset the energy. So, I get this lemon chicken served to me. Now, this could easily be a personal chef vendetta or a personal lemon vendetta or a personal rice vendetta. It wasn't. It was the chicken. And to be honest, it knocked me around and I felt awful like on Sunday. Then I felt a bit run down Monday. I think I got food poisoning from that chicken. And I'm not going to blame the venue, right? Because I saw other people, right? It's just, I saw other people also have a look fine. It was the chicken. I didn't really think this argument through. It's almost definitely the chef. But, you know, maybe it was a personal fryer vendetta.
Maybe
their fryer's fucked. Either way, guys, I don't want to get too graphic, but the next morning, yeah, our toilet copped a beating. That's for sure. Don't blame me, toilet. Blame the chicken. All right. So now my toilet has a personal Luke vendetta, which is pretty annoying. So, yeah, that's my personal chicken vendetta. I ate a raw chicken and I was so tired and hungry after the show that I just kept eating it and it was shit. Keelan was next to me eating it as well. And he's like, this sucks. And we both are just so stupid that we just like, well, who cares? And then just like kept shoving this raw meat into our mouths. And yeah, salmonella is imminent at this point. So good to finally vent. More like personal chicken vent debtors, that one. Just needed to get it out there, guys. I appreciate you listening. So I'll be honest, I kind of just wanted an excuse to play the opener again. And I got to play it twice, so pretty happy with that. A follow-up from last week, guys, on the podcast. We were talking about bad business slogans. I feel that businesses are running out of ideas and their slogans are getting worse. I feel like there was a glory period with great marketing teams in the early 2000s with some great slogans. You know, Clive Peters, easy, absolute ripper. Yep. Doesn't sound hard at all going to Clive Peters. Still not sure what they sell, but I know it's going to be simple. And what's another great slogan? There's don't drink and drive, you bloody idiot. That stuck around for years. Yep. You know, you wouldn't want to be a bloody idiot, would ya? So that's why you don't get behind the wheel drunk. I can't think of too many more slogans. Finger licking good.
Finger licking good, yeah.
KFC. Sure. I lick my finger. Oh, it's greasy. That's why we all lick our fingers. It's not because we're like, we need more of this shit. No one's licking their fingers going like, oh, get it all in me. You know, that implies that they're also like licking the box to get that extra 11 secret herbs. And they're not. It's because KFC is fucking disgusting. Tastes delicious, but it's objectively greasy and gross, right? And no one's licking their fingers because it's that good. But anyway, a good slogan, I think. Yep. It gets in your head. So I saw a slogan for a local pub that was just a great place to be, and that was just disappointing because that could be really applied anywhere. And then I saw a ripper slogan for a poo truck, which if you don't know what a poo truck is, I think it was a business that collected the poo from portable toilets and then took them elsewhere, wherever the poo needs to go. I think the sewer or the poo tip. Do they have landfill for poos?
There is a place, yeah.
I think it's just called a sewer. I think it's Werribee is what that place is called. So yeah, we got you guys to send in your slogans, and I'll be honest, I was very impressed. I did a call out to marketing students or really anyone who wanted to have a crack. We got a few marketing students use it as a bit of extra curriculum, a little bit of practice for their degrees. So we said Give us a slogan for either the podcast, our podcast, the Luke Kidgell Hour, or a slogan for this poo truck business, because funny poo. And this one came in from Declan. This was a poo truck slogan. I was a big fan of it. My town's poo truck. Oh no, sorry. This was just an actual one. My town's poo truck logo is ARSE. Stands for Aussie Septic Solutions. Pretty good. The ARSE truck. I hoped it's shaped like a bum. If not, wasted opportunity, to be honest. And then when they dispose of it, have a big hole at the back. They just open it up and it all flies out. This one is from Alex. It's a Luke Kidgell Hour slogan. Could be the new official hour. We might have to do a vote during the week or something. Get your thoughts on it. This one I liked. The Luke Kidgell Hour. Click play and waste away. It implies that we're all dying slowly from boredom. A little bit offensive. Or it might target a new audience like the nursing home audience, you know? Those people who are just waiting for the end. That's really all nursing homes are. I mean, I've been there. My granddad was in one. It was grim. Yeah. Grim scenes. But yeah, click play and waste away. Probably a better slogan for AM radio, to be honest. 3AW should adopt that as their new slogan. And up next, Bruce and John, or whatever. I forget who the people are. This one also comes in from Alex. Don't know about this one. It's a very confusing. The Luke Kidgell Hour, better than cooking flour. You don't really cook flour. It's more of an ingredient. You never just like get a batch of flour and chuck it in the oven and go, oh, we'll wait for that for, 180, preheated, 20 minutes. We'll come back when it's done. I feel like there would have been a better rhyme there. The Luke Kidgell Hour, it gives your genitals power, If this makes you horny. I don't know why it would, but it's up to you. But I just think better than cooking clam chowder. Is that a dish? I think so. Yeah, it's like an American thing, isn't it? Clam chowder. Why do I know what clam chowder's a thing? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, great. That's my one. The Luke Kidgell Hour, better than cooking clam chowder. Why is it better? Because who the fuck knows what clam chowder is? To be honest. Is it camera recording? Yes, it is. Good, I just checked now. This one comes in from Sam. It's a poo truck slogan. I love it. He wasn't confident in it. He goes, I don't know about this one, but my poo truck slogan is, we're the number one hit in removing your shit. It's not great, you're right. This one was better. One of my favorite ones was from Ezra. If Jim's poop accumulation services was ever a thing, he said, we're number one at collecting your number two. That is a legitimately great slogan. Ezra, if you're not doing marketing, time for a career change, champion. You have got it. Some people have just got it, and that was great. But what was the one last week? The poo truck slogan was, our business is your business. Yeah. Very clever, subtle poo joke, but also professional. I also think this one's in the same realm of, it's a little bit cheeky, but it's also professional. Yep. They're using the intelligent, not the intelligent, they're using like the nicest way of saying poo. Number two, which is great. Why is it called number ones and number twos?
I don't know.
You know how like diarrhea is number 3?
Yeah.
What's number 4? Come.
Maybe.
Number 4 is just, what is... Number 4 might be like constipation. Oh man, I'm doing a number 4 and then nothing happens.
Yeah.
No, that'd be a 0.
Yeah, I was about to say that'd be a 0.
Yeah. Happens. Yeah. Well, not even a 0, because a 0 implies an open butthole. It'd be a 1 still, because it is a closed butt. It'd be a full stop. Yeah. All right, we'll do a couple more. This one came in from Nick. This is a Luke Kidgell Hour slogan, and we'll do a vote on the Luke Kidgell Hour ones. This one, don't hate it. 80% content, 20% animal ASMR. Accurate. Describes the podcast, and I think for new listeners, they'd be like, hey, I like content, and I don't mind some animals chewing foods that are quite often quite crunchy. like today's one, if we run out of content, we have a watermelon eating. Oh, sorry. Not a watermelon eating a hippo, or that would be crazy though. Just some big watermelons like, I could down a hippo. A hippo eating a watermelon. The Luke Kidgell Hour, I'm not sure who this one is from. You haven't included the name. That's okay. The Luke Kidgell Hour, the only audio-based media that relies heavily on visual gags. I don't think that will get a huge return on investment, that marketing slogan. Or this one, come for the dick jokes, stay for the somewhat insulting zingers made at the listener's expense.
Oh, these are from Ezra.
Oh, these are all from Ezra. Okay, great. That was good.
Yeah.
I like that one. Also accurate. Come for the dick jokes, stay for the somewhat insulting zingers. I mean, it's just because all I do is shows. So the only good stories I have is just me roasting people at shows. At shows this week, I've had a real strong turnout and an unlikely demo I never thought I'd hit. I've been hitting the son/nan combo a lot. We've had a few sons, like 16, 17-year-olds with their nans in the front row. And I thought it was just a weird thing. And after like the third or fourth one I've had at the show, I've just been like, man, there's a lot of cool nans out there. It's cool to see nans just after the show copping some Well Gym merch and being like this nan bought a whitest boy that ever lived t-shirt after I do a joke about it in the show. It was very funny. So absolute legend. Thanks for bringing your nans. I would love to see a few more people bring their pars. Yeah. I would love to see some granddads at the show. I always grandmas. You know, I'm a hit with the ladies, you know, no matter what generation. You know? I'm actually not really too much of a hit with the ladies at all. Mainly just the nan market. Again, nursing homes. She's click and play and she's wasting away. She probably is a big fan of the podcast.
Maybe you need to do like a nursing home run of tours.
That'd be great. I just hit I did that, not with comedy. When I was in high school, I did Italian in year 9 and they forced us to go to a nursing home and sing Italian songs. And it was optional. And I love old people, but I also love days off school. And I went along and didn't know the words because I didn't know how to speak Italian at all. I'm the least bilingual person of all time. I learned Italian for 9 years of my life, and I've talked about this on the show before. I came away knowing how to count to 10 and ciao. Oh, and dog is cane and cat is gatto. And I actually don't think I retained anything else. I think I can get 20 is 20. It's like 11, 13. Oh no, 13 is 13. 1, 2, 12. I know how to count to 20. Okay. And then it's like 21, 22. Okay, I think I know how to count in Italian. Man, I take it back. I'm a genius. So I have performed in an old person's home before, and most of my shows this week were 1% nursing home in the audience anyway. It's so weird, man. Like when half the crowd's like 16. I've been noticing that with my joke. Like I get like a lot of like, no, they're not 16. You know what my problem is? I realize that's how old I'm getting. I look at like a 19-year-old now. I'm like, how old are you? Like 9? Yeah. They're like, I'll be in the front row. Just like, are you boys in high school? They're like, no, we're third year of uni. We're 21. And I'll be like, oh, you guys like look young. But like, maybe I just look like shit. I don't know. Like, I feel like we look like 25-year-olds. You're 24. Yeah. Well, when did your birthday again?
July.
Yeah, I asked you that literally 2 days ago. Yeah. It's the 4th of July. Fireworks. Yep. Great. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't know how old people are at all. I suck at guessing. I always call people mums who aren't mums. They're like 25. I'm like, oh, you a mum? She's like, no. I'm like literally younger than you. I'm like, fuck. But I made such a because I've been on a hot streak of hurting people's feelings at shows. I tried to come in on the defensive last night with the nan, and I go, oh mate, are you here with your mum? And I was thinking in my head, like, I'm assuming grandma, but if it's not, she's going to be very offended. Yeah. So I go, are you here with your mum? And he goes, no, it's my grandma. And I just went, oh, phew. Because I was about to say, mate, your mum is old as fuck. Man, she's ancient. No, but she was looking good for a grandma. Good on her. What a legend. She actually could have been a mum.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, I should stop talking about grandmas. I'm just stoked that I've hit a new demo.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm selling so well. Last year I wasn't hitting the nursing home audience. I should put my flyers just at bingo dens all around Australia. Or just every pokies in the northern suburbs. So guys, those are the slogans. We'll put them up. I think my favorites were I liked the 80% content, 20% animal ASMR.
Yeah.
I also like click play and waste away. But let me know if you have any other slogans. Keep sending them in and we'll decide on an official Luke Kidgell Hour podcast slogan during the week. Now, guys, I met a boo-boo the other day. I'm a bit of a dick when it comes to... I hate getting random callers. I had a rant last week about this paintball company that kept texting me. And I'm the same way about getting calls from a random number. You know when you see that random number pop up and you're like, it's like the number always starts with 8.
Yeah, I never pick up.
No, I usually never pick up. But I don't know, I was just like bored the other day and we're at Richmond. And now I forgot at the time that I was waiting for a callback to organize my health fund. Because it's so weird. It's such a weird thing. I just turned 25 a couple of weeks back and I still haven't organized my new health insurance. So I'm just running the risk, If I die, I may be screwed, right? So anyway, I'm still kind of half-assed trying to get that sorted, but I've been busy doing the shows. And I tried to call them the other day. I was on hold for ages. So then it comes up in the call. It's like, would you like a scheduled callback later today? And I was like, it's perfect. I don't have to stay on hold. Gave them my number, forgot about it. They didn't call me back on the day. And then 4 days later, I've completely forgotten about this health insurance thing. I get a call from a random number. I pick it up. I hear that delay you hear.
Yeah.
And you hear that, and then it's like, hello. And then I hear like people talking in the background in a call center. I thought the guy said something about like power or electricity or just one of those calls like trying to get you to switch to their shit. And I'm just always such a dick where they go, am I speaking to Luke? And I'll often just make a noise, like, because I was just like around Ruben and Keelan and Reese and stuff. And they're all watching me take this call.
Yeah.
So I just went, and then hung up the phone. Just did that. Made a weird noise, hung up. Then they called me again 30 seconds later. And I was like, oh, fuck's sake, right? And then I get angry. I didn't pick up the second one. And then Devlin, who's kind of, clearly smarter than me, he goes, what's the number, man? I'll Google it. Because they're probably trying to get onto you. And then he puts in the number and he goes, oh, it's a health fund? And I go, oh, shit. And now I have to find a new health fund. Because I can't be like, oh, sorry. Yeah, the other day we tried to call you and you had an orgasm in the phone. And then we heard some giggling in the background and then you hung up. Then we tried to call you back 30 seconds later and you didn't pick up. So anyway, guys, I have to find a new health fund now, so that's sick. And maybe if I had a little more respect for other people, I wouldn't get myself in these situations. But also, very annoying getting called by a stranger when you're doing stuff. And I was tired. This was when I'd had 4 hours sleep.
Yeah.
This was just before the breakdown I had before the show. I can't believe I had a good show last night. I know that sounds awful, but I felt so bad. It was sold out.
Yeah.
And I could not stand up to do the sound test. And I was thinking, the sound tech comes up to me and goes, hey, buddy, are you ready for the show? And I was like, do I fucking look ready? And then he just goes, no. And then, to her credit, the Melania, who's often works the door some nights of my show, she has been on The Bachelor in the past. She's an absolute legend. She was on Lockie's season. I'll be honest, don't remember her. And I'm pretty sure I watched... Was that the season we reviewed on YouTube?
Yeah.
I don't remember. She's cool. I don't remember off the show, but she's lovely, right? She's so awesome. She came in and she saw me laying on these seats. I made another makeshift bed with all the seats, pushed them all together, was laying there. And then I had my hoodie covering my face, and I thought Meg was standing there. I felt a presence.
Yeah.
You know when you feel someone
yeah.
near you when
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
sleeping? Then I open one eye. I pull my hood up, open one eye. She's standing over me, like 30 centimeters away from her. She's like, hey, big guy. And I was like, what the fuck? Right? And then she's like, come on, get up, get up. She forced me out of the chair. She's like, 10 star jumps, 10 star jumps. I was like, okay. And I was so tired. I couldn't think about it. I was like, 1, 2. I got to 5 and I was like, I'm done. I'm tired. She's like, 5 more. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, whatever you say. Right? And then I did the star jumps and I was like, okay, I think I'm ready. And they're like, all right, we're opening doors in 30 seconds. I was like, what? And then like we opened doors and I had a fucking great show.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for those star jumps,
Yeah.
I think that could have been a disaster.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling much better. I had like 12 hours of sleep last night and I'm feeling good again. But yeah, man, I was on another planet beforehand. You were concerned.
But I told you, be optimistic, will be good.
Yeah. Reese is like, I think it's going to be good tonight. And I just look at him, I go, what did I say? Are you a dumb fuck? Something
Yeah,
like
it's something
that.
like that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, dude. This is how much we're all this so tired. We've developed like our own language now where we don't say full sentences. So we had to go downstairs. So what we did, we filmed some stuff with Darren Levy, who's like has a YouTube channel. He's does those Uber rides on YouTube, right? Absolute legend. He's been on the Luke and Lewis a bunch of times. He's a good friend. And we were filming this video with him. There was a bit of confusion. Reese thought he was driving us home or something. And so anyway, Reese like has his bag and they're like, oh, you just leave your bag in the car. And he goes, what? And I explain it to him and he goes, okay, cool. And he puts his bag in the car and I go, dude, how did you not get what I was saying? And he just goes, I brain lack. And I go, what? And he goes, I brain lack. And I go, you mean you lack brain? And he goes, yes. I brain lack.
Yeah.
And I think we all brain lack at this time of year
Yeah.
during Comedy Festival. We lack cells and that's okay. And we're trying and we're pushing through. And the shows, despite the lack brain, have been great.
Yeah.
There's one moment on stage last night where brain lack shined from my part. I was doing a joke, right? And then 30 seconds later, I just said the same joke again. I was just like doing a bit and I said one line and then I turned to do the other character in the joke and then I just repeated the same thing.
Yeah.
And the crowd just looked at me like, is his brain lack? He has brain lack. And I was just like, and I just stopped myself and I go, did I just repeat myself? And the whole crowd's like, yes. And I was like, fuck, I'm so sorry. But other than that, I feel like I held it together, you know? So it's going well, guys. It's so much fun. And yeah, I cannot thank you guys enough. I know I've been like giving everyone a lot of shit about how weird the audience. I think it's just those first few weeks. It was a combination of me adjusting to crowds again in general because of COVID and stuff, and also a combination of adjusting to how crowds have shifted. Like it's definitely changed. I've been speaking to a bunch of comedians about it and they're like, yeah, dude, the world's different now and comedy will sadly never be the same completely. Like it's 90% the same, but it's never fully going to be the same just with, you know, not like woke culture and PC. I don't really hate I kind of hate complaining about that because it's sometimes I'm just like, oh, it's not their fault. Like it's my responsibility. Just write a better joke. You know, like if they're not laughing, it's easy to be like, oh, they're fucking pussies or whatever. But sometimes I'm just like, all right, well, I'll try and make the joke better. And that's usually my attitude. But man, there's sometimes where it's like, I know a joke works. It used to work every time. I used to get applause and now it just gets nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is so weird. And another weird moment happened, again, very Melbourne, during the week. I mentioned the author of Lord of the Rings and who's J.R. Tolkien. And that person's dead.
Yeah.
Right? It's a very old book. They've died. And I go, oh, yeah, well, they're dead. Like, because it wouldn't have made sense if I didn't reference the fact that they were dead. Because I was saying, like, how they would have tweeted. And obviously they can't. Someone can't tweet something nowadays if they're not alive. And it wasn't a joke. It was just like I just said, oh, well, obviously they're no longer with us. They're dead. But And the whole crowd just went, ooh. Ooh. People like had their face in their hands like, oh. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what? I was like, what just happened? I was like, oh my God, did I say something? Like, did I just kill someone? Oh, did I just snap someone's neck on stage?
Yeah.
Did I just like, you know, tell someone with brain damage that they should stop dribbling? Like, people were looking at me like I was the devil. And I was like, what the hell? And I was like, guys, it's fine. It's a fact. He is dead. Good to be back in Melbourne, though. Great. And the whole crowd was just like, oh yeah, that was really dumb of us. Why did we get offended? That's like being like, yep. Henry the 14th's dead. And everyone's like, fuck. He is dead. Oh my God. King Tut's dead, guys. The Egyptian pharaoh. The whole crowd's like, how the fuck could he say that? You state a fact in Melbourne and everyone goes, don't know about that. That's a bit too far. I mean, I could Google that and confirm it, but I don't know. So, yeah, man, it's just weird. It's just, I think a lot of people who see my shows, because I am quite a younger comedian, that it's their first thing at comedy. And I guess they think I'm joking about it. It's like, dude, not everything I say is a joke. It was just me just prefacing that person is not alive. So therefore this part of the joke doesn't really make sense. And you guys are weird, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And we all learn. And it was funny. I made it funny. And I abused some people who reacted poorly to that. And that was funny. And it was good fun. But also, sometimes you guys confuse me just in general. And it confuses other people who have seen a lot of comedy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
watch older people who have been on comedy shows for years, and they'll look around at these like 18-year-old kids who are like, you know, probably studying like fucking gender studies at La Trobe or whatever, you know, and they're just like, they're sitting there like, oh my God, they look like they've seen a ghost when I say that like someone's died.
Yeah, because you probably have like a lot of your audience now who's come over from TikTok and it's
Yeah,
like their
exactly.
first time going to comedy.
And TikTok is generally like, if you've ever been on the app, it's like an echo chamber of like woke culture. And I get that's what they see. And often people come up to me and they go, I can't believe you can just like say all that stuff. Like you can just say, I'm like, is it a joke? And they go, yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, actually not an asshole. I'm actually one-on-one. I'm a pretty nice guy. And not even that much of an asshole on stage usually. But anyway, yeah, some people just are blown away. They're like, didn't know you could put string words together in that order. Wild. And yeah, other people have seen comedy look at these 18-year-olds and they just, I see them going, what just happened? You know what I mean? And I get older dads come up to me after the show and goes, this dad came up to me after the show the other night. He just goes, mate, I thought, he goes, that was a joke. That show was fucking great. He goes, your audience, cowards. I thought it was fucking great, champ. Like, it's just some old bloke who's, you know, clearly got, you know, like, I don't think we'd agree on everything either, but it was just funny, man. So yeah. Show's been good though. Like, it's been surprisingly good actually.
Yeah.
People like get it. I think 10 minutes in, like, okay, I can laugh at this. This is cool. So yeah, you guys have been fucking phenomenal. Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it. There's more shows. There's Sydney, Newcastle, Wollongong, Canberra, Albury Wagga, and Adelaide is in 2 weeks, and Geelong as well. Damn, I remembered them all. And we're organising Queensland and WA and stuff at the moment. Cool. So, guys, we got an email. For those who might actually, you know what? Let's do the shred zone. Okay, guys. While I find the email.
You are now entering the shred zone.
Gnarly.
Kickflip.
Ramp.
Tony Hawk.
2 adults desperately trying to relive their youth. This is the Shred Zone. Zone. Cool echo. That is us. 2 adults desperately trying to relive our youth. Now, for those who may not be up to date, Reese and I have bought skateboards. Full-grown adults buying skateboards and trying to replace some hole that was never completely full in our youth. And it's been a lot of fun.
It has been.
I have a gripe with you.
Okay.
You leave your skateboard at my house.
Yeah, I know.
You never even shred anymore.
I know.
Just take it home with you. Like you could shred we all shred at Richmond, and you often, do you walk from the tram stop?
Yeah, I walk from the tram stop, yeah.
Fool.
I know.
Should be shredding.
I know.
I've
I've been letting you down with that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've been letting yourself
Yeah.
down. Yeah, and the shred community who listens to this podcast. Tony Hawk, personally, he was offended. Yeah. So, anyway, that's my gripe. So, enough negative energy. Viewers want to take your skateboard today, and it's because he never wants to take his skateboard on the train.
Because when I took it home that night, someone looked at me and like smirked because it's got like it's pink with like love hearts and shit on it.
You wanted the Bam Margera deck. Don't be ashamed of it, all right? You should be owning it. You should be like, yeah, brother. And if someone says do a kickflip, just proudly be like, I can't. Because I'm learning. And that's okay. You have to start somewhere. Anyway, so this one came in from Darcy. So we've been talking about skateboarding a fair bit on the podcast. It's been on all the vlogs. He goes, so we found this skate park. It's in St. Leonard's. We're going to head to it. We're going to day off when I do my Geelong show, and it's 20 minutes away from Geelong. So we're going to head there, have a shred on what we thought was the world's grimmest skate park. There is now a new contender in the mix. This one comes in from Darcy. He goes, I'm not sure if it gets any worse than this, man. This is a pretty fuck skate park. It's in Brunswick Heads, New South Wales. I reckon there should be a competition of who can find the most grim skate park in a country town in Victoria. Oh, sorry, in Australia. And he sent pictures. I'm just looking at them now. Oh my God. For audio listeners, we'll put the pictures in for video and we'll post them during the week, I guess. That's not a skate park.
No.
It's like a old car park that's been grown over. There's weeds and grass growing through the ramp. There's not even calling that a ramp. There'd actually be better ramps in your local shopping centre car park.
It's like someone just dumped a bunch of concrete.
Someone's poorly dumped concrete, has forgot to smooth it out, and has also forgot to make sure there were no cracks in the concrete where grass and stuff can go through. The fact that's hilarious. That's grimmer than the other one.
Yeah, 100%.
It's way worse. So yeah, Darcy, that's the world's grimmest skate park. That's grimmer than anyone I've ever seen. We can do a vote actually on what's the grimmest skate park on the stories. Write that one down. Yeah. Otherwise we will forget immediately. That can be Reese's responsibility during the week. Great.
I gotcha.
Look at me just offloading some of the work. Yeah, dude, that sucks. It's one of the worst skate parks I've ever seen. I can't even describe how bad that is. It just looks like someone, as you said, has poured concrete and then forgotten about it. Yeah. They've been like, uh-oh, and then they would have remembered like a year later, like, oh, fuck, we never finished building that ramp, and that just exists somewhere.
Yeah, that asphalt looks rough as well if you fall.
Even calling that asphalt is bad. That looks like fucking Mordor. Frodo and Sam would have had a easier time going through that skate park.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, a harder time. All right, guys. That's it for that. Okay, now I'm excited about this. Firstly, before we bring this up, actually, did I talk about this last week? I forget. I think we talked about it in the next week's episode. By the way, next week's podcast is going to be with our very special guest, Jared Clifford. Now, you may not know who he is. He is an Australian Paralympian. And often I get it. You're like, oh, I don't know the guests on the podcast, so I won't listen. I do that as well with a lot of podcasts. I would highly urge you to listen to this episode. He's fucking hilarious. He's legally blind, so just gets pretty funny. And we've been friends for years, so he's totally cool with like joking about it, and he's such a great sport. And he's also like a massive inspiration with he's made the Paralympics. He's a world champion. He has 4 world records. He's beaten his own world record 4 times. He's honestly just like one of those human beings that make you feel like shit. So if you want to feel like garbage, listen to the next week's podcast and you'll listen to... Don't worry, I bring him down to my level. It's all good. I bring him down to stoop him to the level of this podcast. So definitely tune into next week's episode with Jared Clifford. And we did more than an hour.
We did.
It was that good of an episode. We just had to keep going. So, we'd listen to that. Reese, how would you rate the episode out of 7?
Out of 7, I'll go a strong 6.
I was hoping you'd say a 9, but that's all right. It was a 6.9.
Yeah,
I think, and that's because I was there, so I ruined it, But it was great. So the episode next week would highly recommend, even if you don't know who Jared is. He was also the 4th ever guest of. This was the first ever guest of this podcast. So he was on the 4th episode. So it was good to have him back on. And man, it was so funny, dude. He has some great stories. And just trust me. Just trust me, guys, and listen. So anyway, what was I going to talk about? Oh, I forget. I talked about it briefly in Jared's episode, but dude, I'm sick of shitting in the dark. You've been sleeping over a couple nights.
Yeah.
Have you done a dark poo yet?
I haven't done dark poo yet. Done dark wee?
Oh man,
I haven't done dark poo yet.
The light in our toilet is fucked, and you're probably thinking like, "Oh, Luke, just change the light bulb." I wish it was that simple, guys. It's not. The light we took the lampshade off, and it's just this like weird LED strips, and we're gonna have to get Meg's brother-in-law, who's an electrician, to come in. But we're so busy and lazy that we haven't even contacted him about it, and it's been almost 2 weeks now of spooky poos, and I'm sick of it. I don't want to have a haunted poo.
No.
Pooing is way more grim in the dark. If you guys don't know, like, try it this week. Get in there and just turn the light off, and you'll feel wrong. You'll feel like this is everything wrong. I mean, it's like that feeling, I don't know, this only happened once, and it was, again, probably after like a hectic lemon chicken at a late night Chinese restaurant. One time at the radio station, I think I was doing some admin and stuff. I think the sensor on the lights, it was well known that it was a 10-minute sensor at the old radio station toilets. And back in the Triple M Modern Digital days, planning the show was overrated sometimes. So I used to like, oh man, I'll just go take a hectic dump. I often used to save my shits just for work, which is despicable behavior. But, it was a bit of fun. And one day, I clearly used up my time. More than 10 minutes, the lights went off.
Oof.
Right? And then it was one of my first ever dark shits, other than camping or something like that.
Got a bit spooky?
Oh, yeah. Real spooky. Regretted it. And then someone else came in.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing worse. Then they realize this person's been in here for over 10 minutes and this bloke's camping in here. So that's great. So that was a bit awkward. Had to make eye contact with one of the sales dudes. Like, yes, I just took a 14-minute shit. Whatever. Anyway, so I'm sick of that, and I don't really have anything else to say other than I wish that upon no one. Okay, no one should have to do their business in the dark. If we could think of more slogans maybe even I could come up with a slogan for my dark poos during the week. That'd be great, We're number 1 at doing a dark number poo. 2. Fuck. Number poo. Great. I've hit a wall. It's 7 minutes to go, Reese.
Yep.
And we are dangerously close to hearing that hippo crunch on that watermelon.
Actually, 8.5.
Okay, well, I have one more bit of content.
Yeah.
It was discussed a couple of weeks back, and this is why I think you've had more than enough time, but you say you need another week. So on the way home from Ballarat and Shepparton, often the chat on the way home was like, Ruben and I will be going through notes about my show and working on bits of stand-up because we're so busy doing podcasts of the week. The 2-hour drive back at midnight was some of the only chances that I had to work on the show in the lead up to the comedy festival. So we were had our note, Ruben had his notebook out, and we were running bits by each other for each other's sets. And then Reese was kind of just sitting there quiet the whole time. And I was like, oh, Reese, do you reckon because you're not, you're one of those people, you have a good sense of humor, but you don't try and be funny. You're never trying to, in a group situation, you won't try and make people laugh. You don't need the serotonin hit that I do. I need validation once every 30 seconds. I'm like, do people like me? Do people like me? Come on, laugh, right? You just are very content in being nice one. Oh, great.
Yeah.
And happy taking a back seat. So I go to Reese, I'm like, do you reckon you could do stand-up comedy? Do you reckon you could write a funny joke? Because some people actually don't know how you write a joke. Other people come up to me and they go, dude, I don't know how you do it. How do you just write a setup? And then it's they don't even, some people probably couldn't even write a knock-knock joke. They'd be like, bro, I don't know. Right? And I guess it's a weird thing where it's it's not really writing a joke. It's more just if I say this first and I end it with that, I guess that's funny. I don't really think about it like there's this crazy structure to it. So I was like, you know, and you were quite interested in because I think I was like, oh, are you bored of us talking about stand up?
No, I find it interesting.
Yeah, and you're like, nah, I find it really interesting, right? So then Ruben and I go, man, you should try and go away for a few weeks, write a joke or write a bit of stand-up comedy or routine or something.
Yeah.
And then just come back to us and see what you come up with. Now, it's been 3 weeks. I haven't brought it up on the show yet because I wanted to give you a lot of time.
Yeah.
How's your progress?
Good. I reckon I've got something for not next week because we've got the Jared episode. The week
You
after, I'll
are
have something.
Padding here.
No.
You need 2 more weeks. Where do you work at? On the train? Like,
Yeah.
How much time have you put into it? Be honest.
I haven't put a lot of
It's
time
about
into
5
it.
minutes. So you could have finished it this morning.
No, yesterday when I was walking actually from the tram stop to Richmond, I had my notes app thing and I was writing down something.
Yeah, okay. You should have been shredding.
I know.
Can we get a teaser? Can we get like a one sentence to leave people hanging, so people keep coming back?
Yeah. So the main thing of the joke is, so there are pros and cons for working for a comedian.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I feel like I'm going to be the bunt.
Not really, no.
Really?
No, not really.
Okay. The joke's not at my expense.
Not really, no.
You're losing people, Reece. Okay. Now I'm very intrigued. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. And say the bit goes great,
Yeah.
I'm not going to, I'll be honest, I'm not going to shove you up at a Sydney,
Yeah.
but maybe at a Wagga, maybe at like one of the regional shows, fucking 100 people there, Or would that just be your nightmare?
If I knew it's something that's good, then yeah, I would. Maybe.
You would shit yourself, I reckon. You would get up there.
Give me a couple beers before I'll do it.
Yeah, okay. My high school mate has been coming to my show, Tyler, and in the nights that you're not there because you do breakfast radio and stuff.
Yeah.
You have a couple of nights off every week. Tyler's kind of been coming in and filling in, and he helps sells the merch sometimes. And he announced me onto stage the other night, and it's like, dude, don't get your high school mate to come up on the stage and go like, all right, who's it? Because they're very like. They're very supportive of like me and what I do and stuff. But they're always very confused because they know me as Luke, their high school friend. They don't know me as like, oh my God, like Luke Kidgell, whatever. They know me as like the dickhead mate from year 9. Like, so they're just like often like perplexed at like people who show up to my shows and just want to get a photo and like get a signature, which is lovely, but they just think it's fucking crazy, right?
Yeah,
which is as you would. If you were Hugh Jackman's mate, you'd be like, I can't believe people like fucking Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like, it's just Hugh, It's like, I guess it's like the same thing. If they have a different perspective. So he gets up there and goes, alrighty, who's excited to see Luke Kidgell? And everyone's like, yeah. And everyone's like, who the fuck is this guy who looks weirdly like Luke but isn't, right? And then he just goes, all right. Instead of getting them to clap and make choice, he goes, okay, let's start a chant, all right? Everyone say Luke, 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 Luke. And the whole crowd just like sits there for a minute and goes, come on, Luke, Luke. So the crowd just begrudgingly starts going, Luke, 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 Luke. And then he goes, all right, a bit louder. And everyone's like, by the end, everyone's like, Luke, 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 Luke. And I'm just sitting in the back going, oh, for fuck's sake. Because Ruben goes, hey, man, I can go and announce you on if you want. And I was like, nah, Tyler wants to do it. It's all good. And then he starts chanting Luke, and I just look at Ruben, I go, yeah, I should have got you to do it. And then he goes, all right, welcome to the stage, Luke. He didn't say my whole name.
Yeah.
And the whole half the crowd's clapping, and half the crowd's still going, Luke, 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 Luke. It was the most confusing start to a show of all time. And then, man, he's been offering with the merch sales. Every night he's there, we move so much merch because he's like, round up, guys, because he thinks it's a good meme. He's like, get your Luke Kidgell merch.
Yeah.
He's like, for every merch purchase, it comes with a free childhood Luke Kidgell story. And then it's like, all right. And they're like, he'll sell a bit of merch. He's like, okay, he put deep heat on his asshole in year 10. All right, next. And then it's just like, all right, one time he drank his mate's piss. Next. And then it's just, I'm sitting there at the meet and greet going, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm like, if this wasn't making me $35 per embarrassing story, I'd be fuming. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's been like a real fun 3 weeks. It's been very social, actually, because I've been finally out and about, seeing friends again, because I'm always so busy and I feel so bad that like they come to my show and that's when I see them. But I think I'm going to have a little bit of a look at my schedule and try not to be such a bloody workhorse. I'm always extra workhorse. Anyway, how long of the podcast do we have left?
We have got 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Jeez. I really wanted the hippo eating watermelon to jackpot into next week.
Yeah.
Do you have a personal chicken vendetta?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Guys, enjoy this hippo eating a watermelon. Fuck. I really thought we'd get through it.
We can.
Pardon?
We can. I don't know. We got 1:20 now.
Yeah, but we're just going to, just 1:20 of us arguing on whether or not we should or shouldn't play. Okay, let's go. Let's make a pros and cons list. Pros. It'd be better than this. Cons. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe it'd be good. Maybe people would like the watermelon eating hippo. A pro again. Oh, no, sorry. A con would be, I think it would be great to have a little bit of suspense.
Yeah.
You know, like, people, we tease them. We give them a little, they know that there's a watermelon. They know there's a video out there of I keep saying a watermelon eating a hippo. It's not that. It's definitely a hippo eating a watermelon. We could give them a little slice, a little taste.
Okay, well, do we end with 20 seconds to go then? Because we're at 32 seconds now to go.
Guys, come see my shows. LukeKidgell.com. I've been loving the tour so far. Thank you all very much for coming out. We'll go through the dates. We've got Geelong. That's next week. Hopefully we're releasing a bunch of new seats for that. So stay posted for that if you missed out from Geelong. I think there's like 7 tickets left or something to the second show. And then Adelaide, there's like 100 tickets left to all 3 of the shows combined. I would love to see you there. That's in 2 weeks, Adelaide. So get down. And then we have, oh my God, is that the end? Oh shit, I can't even finish plugging my shows. God damn it. Come see me, LukeKidgell.com.
Somewhere unseen. It got a little longer, so it seems. I burned out, so to speak.